Look around you. Sunlight moving across a hillside, shadows lengthening throughout the day. Everywhere we see metaphors for change. When we look at the intricacies of a work of art, we contemplate darkness and light, shadows, form, nuances of color. The same concept applies when we consider the complex challenges facing the world today. Each generation emerging into this complex system must transcend its challenges and achieve not only resilience, but a kind of brilliance. The destinies of nations rise and fall as young people cross through rites of passage, fortifying their character and altruistic intent, and at the same time applying their practical skills to transform communities, upgrade systems according to the exigencies of their time, and indeed improve the well-being of their human family.
Next year marks the 30th anniversary of our first project in California, but we, as board members, have now responded to requests from service from schools, community groups, universities in 35 nations. Our board represents over 180 years of collective service. We represent the altered able community, the African community, the Latino community, the Asian community, and the multi-ethnic U.S. communities. With our qualifications, we serve preschool through higher education. We will share recent stories from the field that have warmed our hearts as learners turn darkness into light. We hope that these stories will warm your heart as well.
I am Facilitator Matthew N. Che for Full Cycle Learning, Liberia, Carisbrooke region. A Full Cycle Learning sponsored project was carried out by 2 schools, 10 students, 2 teachers, along with our Matthew N. Che, the facilitator. The project is called the Sustainable and Affordable Electricity for the Age. Identify the challenge of the lack of electricity within the community. The student, acting on the habits of heart compassion, they decided to electrify a few homes, especially the homes of the elderly people. After the electrification project of a home by the students, an elderly man whom were electrified got attacked by a cobra snake, a snake that was very, very, very big, like this size. The woman got rescued from the snake by the presence of the light. It was very commending. The woman commended the students along with other elderly that benefited from the supply of the electricity. As we speak currently, the community elderly people are still enjoying the presence of their solar lights.
Students in the Gambia and Zambia shared ideas about how to bring about tribal unity. Gambian facilitator Alaji Ndao recalled the unity spread by their grassroots movements and cultural festivals.
Hello, my name is Alaji from the Gambia. I am a member of the human family, and today I would want to talk about the Full Cycle Learning Service project that was held in the Gambia and the Zambian students in the form of a wisdom exchange service project that was funded by Full Cycle Learning in both countries. But also, the projects were led by students from schools in Zambia as well as in the Gambia. First, we want to appreciate the efforts of the Full Cycle Learning in ensuring that the students extend their learning from the classroom to the community. The project actually happened in a twofold. The first phase of the project was an advocacy campaign, and the second phase of the project was a cultural event that happened in both countries. First, I would want to say This is a shared three-way partnership between the student, the educators, and the community at large. As educators, they supported the students to have a clear understanding and vision of the habits of heart with integrated curriculums as they learn to understand every aspect of the learning unit, from history, from science, from geography, advocacy, as well as problem solving. The learners are students. They learn to master the learning units of the habits of heart. They led as change agents in their communities with the vision of injecting a message of change through a loving advocacy, oneness, and a united society. During the course of their Wisdom Exchange program in early March, the students from the Gambia and the Zambia have been able to share ideas through a virtual Wisdom Exchange program. As civic education on the appreciation of diversity as the habit of heart, it opened the community sensitization campaign on tribal unification and appreciation of political diversity and political tolerance.
Nothing is new under the sun. Nowhere is this statement true than in the world of science and technology. From gravity to electricity, the camera to the radar, antibiotics to hyperdemic, the list is endless. Scientists and inventors are forever drawing their greatest inspiration from nature. The natural world around us is replete with humorous breakthroughs, and all that's required is the ability to know where, what, and how to look. I believe that as man strives towards perfection, nature remains our greatest inspiration.
Another wisdom exchange focused on health disparities. Nigerian students spoke with physicians and traveled to schools in neighboring towns to reach 20,000 with prevention strategies. They tackled malaria and Lassa fever as Zambian partners focused on typhoid.
I am an active member of the Health Disparity Team of Harvard International School, Nigeria. Joining the full cycle learning program has impacted greatly in my life. First of all, it has bolstered my confidence to stand bold in front of crowd and speak without fear. Secondly, I used to think that I could only help my community financially, and I promised to help them in the future. But joining the full cycle learning program changed my perception that I could start helping them now and not wait till the future. And I could help them in other ways, like researching about diseases ravaging in our community and how to prevent it, just as I am doing now. Joining the full cycle learning program has made me useful to my community, and it has spurred me into wanting to become a pediatrician. Furthermore, if my records are correct, my team and I have spoken to 20,000 plus so far, and we hope to do more.
In addition to in-school programs that infuse character and sustainable development goals into service projects, some counties also have Girls United clubs that take on their own projects.
Hello, we are all members of the Bon Community Girls United Club. Our community has over 4,000 inhabitants that mostly live on farming and mining of iron ore. Unfortunately, the elderly make up 58% of the total population in our community, with high unemployment rate among dwellers. Enhancing the habit of hard raising. Our project will address the need of food in the homes of the elderly and vulnerable people. We are currently raising the total amount of 41 chicken, 5 sheep, and we also have a garden. All of the cash that will be generated will be used directly towards elder care and the purchasing of school materials for the least fortunate boys and girls in our community. We appreciate our teachers and the full cycle learning family for the support and guidance to undertake such initiatives. My name is Irina B. Dogba, a member of the Girls United Moserado. In the club, we explain our stories through art, writing, and photography. I have also been learning the habit of adding on confection in class. This habit of collaboration has helped me become societal helper in change agent, which has led to my advocacy against drug abuse among youth in my school and my community. I engage youth in school, at home, and in the community, preaching the message against drug abuse. I desire that many will support my advocacy and join me in the fight against drug abuse. I also see this fight against drug abuse as a national challenge too. So, few students join me on February 23rd of this month for a visit to the Department of Mental Health at the Ministry of Health in my country. There we learn about social and psychological harm, narcotic substances caused by the development of my fellow youth. We later on share the information that we gather from the ministry with school administrators, business owners, parents, and even officials of government to see the urgency that are attached to the fight against drug abuse. This will help safeguard our future and protect our beloved nation, Liberia. Thank you.
My name is Kenu Johnson. I am a student of the Koto JP Focus School System. I love helping my community, especially when it comes to providing solutions to problems that affect the most vulnerable people. It can be recalled a couple of months ago, I got inspired when I started learning the habit of heart urgency in my class, which challenged me to become selfless. I firstly identified the challenge of the lack of meat in people's daily meal. As a student, I know what it causes the human body without eating meat when you are not a vegetarian. So I introduced this crab trap, which can be used to hunt crab to provide meat in the meal of people who hardly have food. People in my community started to benefit from the hunting of crab using the trap. They even started this as a means to generate money for their family. Recently, my community got flooded with a heavy downpour of green, leafy drinking wells contaminated for human use. This situation caused not only health challenge, but economic challenge as well. Children, the elderly, and some vulnerable people begin to get sick of diarrhea, while others spend money to get safe drinking water. Using the habit of heart confession and creativity, I resolved to teach my community how to purify water using the recycled reservoir filled with sin in it. It's the water treatment process. As you can see, this is how it works.
In Northern California's Sierra foothills, students responded to their wisdom exchange partners by layering in their own knowledge of how to address the world's problems in a spirit of kinship and love.
My name is Logan House, and I have been coming to Full Circle Learning since I was 10 years old. One of my favorite projects is the display we do at the farmers market on the last day of camp. This is where we get to show all our work to the local community, show everyone what we've done to help the world, creating a more sustainable planet for all of us to live in and for future generations to come. People come to the market, learn new things from how to better prevent wildfires and keep their houses safe to how to use water more sustainably. We also did a project once on making a solar cooker so we can cook food sustainably using the heat of the sun. The solar cookers that we made were sent to Tanzania, in which they were able to help the community learn solar cooking and help put girls back in school because they didn't have to keep collecting kindling anymore. Many international students and teachers have came to the camp over the years. This is where we are able to exchange knowledge, ideas, and wisdom on how to help create a more sustainable planet to live in. We've had students and teachers come from Colombia all the way to Vanuatu. From Vanuatu, we learned how to try to help create a more sustainable community to make sure their island doesn't sink underwater, and also to take efforts to make sure island communities are safe in the coming climate change. Being part of this program has made me into a leader for activism and trying to help our planet. It has helped make my friends more aware on the effects of climate change on the planet and help them to also become leaders in their communities for a better world. Being a counselor now, will be leading students and helping them into learning how to better help our world. Like helping them to complete projects, teaching them new skills, and sort of being like an older brother-like figure, someone they can look up to. We also teach our students a sense of purpose, care, and how we're all one human family. Being a climate change agent has helped bring a sense of purpose, community, and an organization of love to my life. I would recommend anyone my age to help join and help us in our mission. You get enjoyment, fulfillment, and lots of new friends.